So it's kind of really upsetting that I can't get any sleep. I just want to sleep, and it's so sad. Story of my life. Okay, so it's been like a week and a half since I took the pregnancy test. I feel like I am still in shock, but I've had this past week to kind of process, and I feel like that day that I found out, I wasn't really processing fully. Also, I don't know, like I feel like I need to like, I don't know, like talk things out, like talk my way through what the heck happened, or like that day of me just finding out, because I kind of still felt like I was in limbo by the end of the day. The past week I was kind of like in limbo. Okay, so because my cycles are never like consistent, I never know like when it's coming, and because I was on medication for the weight loss like journey, whatever that I was on, that medication specifically, sometimes I can either miss a period, or like it'll be super late, or like I don't know, like it would just never, it made it worse. Like I feel like the medication made my cycles even worse. Like I would eventually get a period or whatever, or like even the first month, after the first month of taking the medication, I completely missed a period, whatever. So for the past 6 months, I've been testing like every single time I miss a period, because you know, the medication actually has like can cause birth defects. So which is why I recorded myself taking the test, because just in case, I was like, just in case it comes out positive, I wanna like get my reaction, I guess, because I like, or just, I don't know, I guess I just always wanted to do that, which is why I was recording to begin with, not because I like planned it or anything, because to be honest, we can't even tell you when the slip up was. Like we don't know, and we're not going to know until like we actually go to the doctors and see what I'm measuring at, and then we can kind of see like, okay, we kind of did this around this time, like, you know. But as of right now, like I have no idea. We can only kind of guess when it could possibly have been, but it still doesn't make sense to us. But yeah, the last thing I was expecting was to see 2 bright lines pop up right away on the test strips, which is why I had those test strips to begin with, is because I've had them like for forever. I've always had them, and I have like ovulation like testers too, since my cycle has always been off. I'm always testing, like I've been testing like all year round, so I feel like it's nothing new for me. So when I was taking the test, and I was kind of just like, oh, just taking this test just in case, it was literally just in case, and I wasn't expecting for the lines to pop up as like, you know, like the urine sample is like feeding up the test. Like I'm supposed to leave the stick inside the urine until it like feeds up the test. So yeah, which is why I took like 5 more tests after that, because I just couldn't believe it. I was like, maybe these tests are expired because I've had them for forever. But no, everything else confirmed a yes, it is. I'm very much pregnant. Like it's weird to say it. Yeah, but I think like it took me this long to process, kind of, because I don't like necessarily know how to feel, because since this was unplanned, I was not mentally ready. With my first, like he was planned, and it took 6 months, like, or 7 before, like, you know, he was actually like, he was successful, like, or like, so we were successful. So the fact that we were not trying and I had previously like 6 months to get mentally ready for a baby. And right now I'm kind of like, I didn't know what to think. So yeah. So now I'm like, I really want to then document this whole process, this whole, I don't know what to call it. No, wait, has it been a week? No, I feel, yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week since I found out. It's been like a week and a half. Yeah. I was about to say, wait, it's about to be 2 weeks. It is about to be 2 weeks. And I don't have my first appointment until next Monday. Today's Monday, and I don't have an appointment until the next Monday. I also feel like this past week, a little bit of symptoms started like kicking in. With my last, I had no symptoms the first trimester at all. It felt like I wasn't even pregnant. I just felt like my normal self. Nothing kicked in until like that 13-week mark, or like even 14. I think it was closer to 14. Whereas now this week I'm like, and it even made sense that the week of that I found out, like the days prior, I was kind of like craving things, but I just thought it was like my period coming. So I was like craving things. I was like wanting to drink juice every single day. But I just swore that, oh, like my period's coming, but it's just coming late. But of course I wanted to test anyway, just in case if I was, I could stop taking the medication, which I have. I stopped taking the medication immediately. That day that I tested, I actually had not taken it that day. So yeah, I did not take it at all. Oh, but yeah, the symptoms. This is another symptom, like pregnancy brain. Like it has begun. Pregnancy brain has begun, and it is wild. Like I am so forgetful right now, and I'm in a total other world. Also, I have a little bit of nausea. Like it's more like a food aversion, so it's not like nausea to the point of I want to throw up. It's more like if I'm eating something or like I smell something, I'm kind of just like, ew, no. So like the other day I made myself an egg scramble with eggs and turkey, and then just put it on toast and made a sandwich. So I was eating it. I was kind of just like, why is this not hitting the way I want it to hit? Because it's something that I like to make and it's good. But it wasn't hitting the way I wanted it to hit. And then towards the end, I was just kind of like, I think if I keep eating this, I'm going to throw up. Like, it just was starting to get like, it was starting to gross me out. I had that with like a hash brown from Wawa yesterday. Like, I took like the teeniest bite because just smelling it was like weird to me. And I was just like, yeah, I can't eat this. So, but my cravings are like pretty much sweet things, the unhealthy things. One thing's for sure is I decide quick what I want to eat. Like before, my husband would be like, oh, what do you want to eat? And I'll be like, I don't know. What do you want to eat? It'll kind of be like a back and forth. And now I immediately spit out exactly what I want. So Saturday, he was like, oh, what do you want to eat? I said Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, like right away. And that was the thing. I couldn't even finish the Chick-fil-A. Like it grossed me out too. I'm like, great. I'm gonna be grossed out by chicken again like I did with my son. According to my app, I am like 7 weeks now. The day that I found out, I was like almost 6 weeks. So I was like 5 weeks and 6 days. That's according to my app. We'll find out if I'm really this far along on Monday at my appointment. By that day, I will be like 8 weeks and like 3 days or 2 days. Yeah, 8 weeks and 3 days I should be by Monday. So right now I'm 7 weeks and 3 days. We did tell my son at the same time, like I kind of told my husband. We just didn't capture that because my battery died on my camera. And I was trying to catch that, but it like instantly died. But we did tell him, and I think he kind of understands. I'm not sure. I just tell him there's a baby in mommy's belly, and he's like, open side, I want to see. Like, and he'll lift up my shirt like he wants to see. He's like trying to like pull my stomach apart, like he wants to try to open my stomach to see. I'm gonna do my best and record as much as I can the rest of this first trimester, so that this could be a wonderful little first trimester recap vlog. Because yeah, you guys won't find out until after this first trimester. Like, if you're seeing this video now, it's obviously because I'm past the first trimester and you already saw then the finding out I'm pregnant video. So I'll check back in at some point. I don't know when. It's not gonna be every day. I'm tired every day. I'm so sleepy. And you know what sucks? What's so hard that nobody tells you about is that you can't enjoy the sleepiness like you did on your first pregnancy. This one, I am so upset that every time I get tired or I'm sleepy, I cannot sleep because I'm a mom and I can't, and my son is all up in my butt and he needs all the attention. So, and then it's like guilt because you know that the next baby's coming, so you want to give all the attention now before that baby comes. So it's kind of really upsetting that I can't get any sleep. I just want to sleep and it's so sad. Also, I'm already thinking about like the holidays. Like last night I tried on a skirt that was like, okay, I bought this skirt specifically for Thanksgiving and I'm like, it don't fit. It already doesn't fit. Like, I think it'll fit if I like really like suck it in, but I know by Thanksgiving it's not gonna fit. Like, I can kind of feel myself. I feel my insides expanding. I do feel that, which is kind of weird because the first time I didn't feel anything. Like I said, I felt so normal, but this time around I feel like because I'm more aware of my body, I can feel things expanding. And it's starting to get uncomfortable sleeping on my stomach, which is another weird thing. I'm like, that's so weird. I'm running out of time where I can sleep on my stomach because on my first pregnancy, I felt like it wasn't until way later that I couldn't sleep on my stomach anymore. Now it's like happening much sooner. I'm running out of time. It's gonna be a long like next 32 weeks. Jesus, hearing that 32 weeks, it sounds so far from here, but it's probably gonna be here before I know it. But I guess I'll check in at some point later. At some point, I don't know, we'll see. All right, I think it's time that we whip this baby out. So this is one thing I'm so glad that I didn't give away from my last pregnancy. This is a body pillow and I feel like I need it. I haven't been sleeping the most comfortable lately. I take over all the pillows, put them underneath my neck, underneath like between my legs, and I'm just very uncomfortable. So glad this is one thing I kept. Here is my C-shaped body pillow. Still smells fine. I could probably wash the outer, what's it called? The outer thing. Does it even unzip? Yeah, it does. It doesn't zip. I can wash the outer cover. Because it doesn't smell like anything. Probably just like stuff that's just been put away. It doesn't really smell like anything. But it's been put away for 4 years. Almost 5. Almost 4.5 years. So I'm so glad I kept this. You hear me? I'm already out of breath. Oh, I can't wait to like lay down now. Okay. Whoa. So I guess one way to sleep with it is just like hugging it. So tucking my arm under here, putting this part between my legs. Oh my gosh, this is amazing already. OMG. And then you're supposed to like the C part in the back, tuck it behind your back. Like just prop it behind your back, lay towards it, like your back towards it, and then your belly can be like on top of the pillow. Like the wedge, like there. Oh my god, this is amazing. Oh my goodness, I feel so comfortable right now. Woo. This is amazing. Another way that I use this pillow, because as there's also U-shaped ones where that way you don't have to like flip it back and forth. I don't flip it, but for the purposes of this part of the video, I'm going to flip it so you can see how I would lay with it if I'm going to turn. So on the opposite side is almost kind of the same thing, but flipping it so you can kind of see what I would look like the other way. Okay, so with the long side on my back, still my arm tucked under here, and then I'll just pull this up so that way my leg still goes under, and then push this. I kind of connect the two, and then my stomach can just be on top. So I don't have to like flip it back and forth. I just have to pull this like closer, and I'm kind of like in a donut. See. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is amazing. This pregnancy is much different than with my son. We all know I'm a chunky girl. I'm a thick girl, so my stomach is gonna be my stomach. It's gonna be there, so I'm not gonna look pregnant for a while. But I feel like my stomach looks bigger than what it normally is, and I feel bigger. Hence why I needed this body pillow so much, so like damn much. And I'm out of breath. But I don't know. I mean, they say that like your second pregnancy, you tend to like get bigger like earlier because your uterus is already used to the expansion. So I feel like, I don't know, I'm just like growing quickly. And I'm only like 8 weeks right now. Like, it's 8 weeks. I feel like I didn't feel big until like 15 weeks. Like I didn't start feeling the growth in me until like 15 weeks the last time. Because, and the only reason why I remember that is because I went for the ultrasound for my gender reveal, and that week I did not know what the hell to wear because I just felt big and uncomfortable. I already don't know what I want to be wearing. Leggings are so uncomfortable. This is very comfortable. This is one of my one piece onesie thingies, and it's very, very comfortable. So I feel like I need to order more of these for the whole like winter, because at least the summer, when it comes, the spring and summer, I'll wear dresses. But right now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yes, I'm so glad. This was one thing I did not get rid of, like, you know, when I was getting rid of stuff. I can't wait to show you guys all the things that I kept from my first, with my first, basically. It was more like baby stuff, like nursing stuff that I have. But this was like the only thing I kept that was mine. Actually, I lie. I kept a couple maternity bras, like breastfeeding bras, because they were expensive. I think I kept the shirts too. What I didn't keep was the leggings, like the maternity leggings. And only because, and I won't buy them again, they made me have serious swamp butt. Serious swamp butt. I was sweating like crazy. Yeah, they were comfortable, but I felt like I had to wash them like as soon as I wore them like one time, because it was like, I don't know, it was just serious swamp butt and disgusting. So yeah, can't wait to sleep with this bad boy. I might take a nap right now, because I'm home alone right now. I'm gonna take a little nap. So I am 9.5 weeks right now, according to my app. I still haven't had an appointment where they're able to like actually measure the baby and see how far along I actually am. Although I have had 2 kind of appointments. One was an appointment and one was not. But I did go, I think after my last update of me just like testing out my pregnancy pillow, that same night I did go to the ER because I had pain on my left side, and I wasn't like crazy worried about it because it wasn't painful, but it never went away. It was just like a consistent pain that kind of just sat there for like hours. So I did go to the ER just to make sure that everything was a-okay, and it was. I just have like a cyst on my left ovary, and that's probably like the pain that I was feeling. So, and when they like looked at the ultrasound, like they looked at the ultrasound, but I could not, like they did an ultrasound, but I couldn't see anything. They didn't let me see, I guess to avoid me seeing something that if it was something bad. But they couldn't get really good measurements. But I also think that the person that was like doing the ultrasound, or the doctor that I had, weren't actually like, I don't think the doctor I had was like an OB doctor, so I don't even know if he knew how to measure or how to go by it. So yeah. And then I went to my first like prenatal like appointment, and they tried to also do an ultrasound there too, but they're trying to do like a belly one, but obviously because it was early. And by the way, I had this appointment at 8 weeks, or like the day before 8 weeks, something like that. But they also tried to look, but because it was a belly ultrasound, they couldn't see far enough, so they were like, okay, we're just gonna send you to radiology and to get like a legit ultrasound. So I don't go for that until next week, actually. A week from today? No, a week from tomorrow. So at that point I should be like 10 weeks, like according to, you know, my tracker. But you guys, the nausea that I've been feeling is so annoying. It's annoying because it's like nausea all day, and I haven't thrown up. I've been holding myself from throwing up because with my first child, I had a really good first trimester, and it almost felt like I wasn't even pregnant. Like it was just easy breezy. But once the second trimester like kicked in, I was sick every single day all the way through. So it is different. But this time I'm like nauseous every day, but I refuse to throw up. But I feel like if I were to throw up, I can just get over it and just go on about my day. But then I feel like if I let it go once, it might just keep coming back. So I am just doing my best holding off on throwing up. I feel like everything stinks to me, everything grosses me out. So eating hasn't been the best, but I have found that eating cuties really calmed my stomach. So I've been eating a couple cuties a day because that does help calm my stomach like for a good hour or so. And you know what's like really frustrating? That, and I feel like nobody talks about this, but in your first pregnancy, you can take advantage of all the tiredness that you go through. You can sleep as much as you want to sleep anywhere, sleep everywhere, whatever. No one cares. You are minding your own business. But once it's your second, you can't sleep. You can't catch a break. You're always on go. And it's like you have to always be on go. And it's really frustrating because I am tired all day, every day. But I can't just be lazy because I have a son who goes to school and I gotta get him to school. And then after school, he wants to eat. He wants to play. Like, he needs a bath. He needs everything. So it's like, I'm so tired all the time. And then when I can go down for a nap, like when I have like the peace to go down for a nap, I can't nap because I'm not like comfortable. I'm just not comfortable. And I want to sleep so bad on a couch, but my couches are so uncomfortable and like just not it. And we ordered some new couches, which is, I can't wait for that to come. So I know I'm gonna live my best pregnant life on them couches when they come in. So, but they don't come in for like another 3 weeks, I think. But that is my like 9.5 week update. Wearing clothes is a little bit difficult, even though like, oh, you're not gonna be able to see anything, but okay, like even though like you're not gonna see, my stomach looks the same, but even though I look the same, I can feel like my stomach is not as flexible, if you want to call it like that. It's not as flexible. Like I can't like squeeze into some pants anymore. I'm like Regina George. These sweatpants are all that fit me right now. My underwears are like tight too. Like they're uncomfortable. So I have to like wear them below my belly, and that's not the best. Certain leggings are too tight. Like I feel like I already gotta shop for maternity clothes, and I'm just in the beginning. Like this is annoying. I'm hungry though right now. Oh, so this is one thing. And then when I can eat, like the things that I can eat, once I'm eating, I get full so fast. It's almost like as if I'm taking the weight loss medication again, I get full so fast, but then I'm like hungry in the next hour. So if that's not frustrating, I don't know what is. Like, everything stinks, everything grosses me out, and the stuff that doesn't gross me out that I actually want to eat, or like that I can eat, I get full right away, and I get frustrated because I'm not satisfied. And then I'm full, and then an hour later I'm not full anymore and I'm starving. I don't know. I don't know. Story of my life. But my son is sleeping right now. He's taking a nap, so I'm about to try to take advantage and try to take a nap. Hey guys, so it's been a little while since my last, first trimester update. So I did get an ultrasound and I saw my little baby. Here's the pictures. This one's probably the best one. So head is right here and the body's like right here. And it was wiggling and like moving around a lot in there, very active. So the last time I checked in with you guys, I think I was 9.5 weeks by my count. And by like my apps count based on my last like period and stuff. When I went to get, oh, actually, no, I don't think I ever even mentioned, no. So I had to have been probably like 8 weeks. Yeah, I think the last time I checked in was probably like around 8 weeks of my time, like on my time. And the reason why I'm saying that my time is because my timeline has changed. So, the last time I checked in was Lord knows when. But anyway, whenever it was, I did go to the hospital. I think it was that same night, the last time I checked in, I went to the hospital that night because I was in a lot of pain on like my left side, and it was like a consistent pain for like 4 hours straight, which made me very worried because I was thinking, oh my gosh, like the worst. This is an ectopic pregnancy and it could be very dangerous. So I went to the ER, but all was well. The only thing, the pain that I was feeling was a cyst on my left ovary. But it's small enough that they weren't too concerned about it. And yeah, so after that, like they kind of told me like I was measuring at a week behind of what I was thinking I was, but I didn't pay no mind because they didn't even show me the ultrasound that they did at that time. And they're like, yeah, you're measuring at this, but there's nothing there you can't really see, like for you to see. And I'm like, well, then how are you measuring if you can't see? So yeah, I was just like waiting around for my next ultrasound, just kind of like, going through the motions of just sitting here waiting. I was very nauseous the past couple weeks. Still am. It's very hard to kind of go about the day without getting nauseated. And I finally went to my ultrasound that was scheduled, my regular ultrasound, and they did say that I was a week behind of what I was measuring. So that little baby right there in that picture is measuring 9.5 weeks, whereas I was measuring, like on my app, 10.5 weeks. But right now, because it is like a week later, I am now 10.5 weeks, about that. So yeah, it still puts me at a June due date, just like a week later, end of June. So yeah, it's definitely been rough since it's like already the holidays, and being nauseous all the time and just feeling like you can't even get dressed or wanting to like get dressed is very rough. That's pretty much the update. I'm actually going to have a phone call appointment, like now. It should be now. They should be calling me any minute. So, and it's supposed to be kind of like, oh, there they go. It's kind of like an intake appointment. So I'll check right back in once I'm done. So I just got off the call and it was pretty simple. I guess nowadays they don't do like the whole prenatal intake stuff in office anymore. They'd rather just do it over the phone, so that way like the doctors could just get right into whatever else it is that they have to do once you go into the office. So that's basically what it was. That's basically what it was. It was like my history, my family history, kind of like the do's and don'ts, and all that random stuff. So it's pretty simple. But it's weird because I feel like this time around, things are going a lot slower than they did the first time around. The first time around, I remember I had like my regular GYN appointment, like, you know, like your annual womanly wellness visit. And I had already knew like I was pregnant. Like I found out like the same week, like myself. And then I told her my GYN and she's like, oh, okay. And they tested me and then they immediately referred me to then the OB, because they're like in separate offices. And so because she referred me directly, things went a lot faster. And I remember doing like this intake stuff so much earlier in the pregnancy, and like then I felt like my appointments were more consistent, whereas I feel like I've just been sitting around here for forever, because when I initially called for my first appointment, it was like weird. Like it wasn't like a regular first prenatal like appointment. It was almost like, oh, what are you in here for? It was kind of like a doctor visit, like instead of a prenatal like visit. You know what I mean? I don't know. So everything's kind of like pushed behind, and I don't know. It just feels like the weeks are just going so much slower for me. I'm getting nauseous right now. Water. Oh, so yeah, I'm just saying like, oh, I need to drink some water. They told me I need to drink like 50 to 60 ounces of water, which is a lot for me because right now I haven't been drinking water. I drink water by the like towards the end of the day because in the mornings it makes me so nauseous, drinking water. So now I gotta like drink 50 to 60 ounces of water every day. That's insane. Also, before my camera dies, my camera battery dies, I am itching to tell you guys, which by the time that you see this video, you already know. And I'm itching to tell like the rest of my family, because not all my family know, but I'm waiting till they come down for Christmas to tell them, because yeah, I haven't reached, like I want to wait till like the first trimester is gone, like has come and gone, come and went, whatever, before I tell anybody else. And they're all coming down for Christmas, so that's what I'm gonna tell them, and it's only like a few weeks away, so I'm excited. All right, I'll check back in later. All right, you guys, so as you guys saw, I got some blood work done. I got like 4 pages worth of blood work done. I filled up about 10 tubes, and you guys saw me drinking the like sugar drink for the glucose test. And I know it seems earlier than usual, but with my family history, there is there are diabetics in my family, so like my mom, my grandma, and so on. There's a lot of people that are diabetics. So I remember taking it early on with my first pregnancy, and then I take it again at the normal time, which is like around 28 weeks or so. So I did that. Hopefully everything turns out good. I did not have gestational diabetes the first time. Everything was a-okay. And I eat pretty healthy for the most part during my pregnancy. I also did have an appointment earlier in the week. I'm not sure if I ever updated you guys on that. And we got a really good surprise. So my husband and my son were able to come with me to my appointment. I thought it was just going to be like a regular routine appointment. And the doctor brought in like a small ultrasound machine. I thought we were just going to hear the baby's heartbeat on the little Doppler, but she likes to use the little ultrasound machine. So we got to see the little baby, and so did my son, and he was like very intrigued. We kept telling him that there was a baby inside mommy's belly, but like him seeing it, like he was like, wow, like there's a baby in there and it's moving and it's jumping. Like it was very active, way more active than he was in my belly. So that was really cool, or really nice to see. I am 12 weeks now, so I have one more week until I get to tell you guys. So obviously by the time you see this video, you would already see my finding out that I'm pregnant video, which I need to edit right now, so that I can have it ready for when I turn 13 weeks. Well, I won't put it up when I turn 13 weeks because it'll be a little bit after, because there's still some family I haven't told yet, and we're planning to tell them on Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve is a few days after I turn 13 weeks, so I'll be telling them. It's funny because I've been pretty much MIA on YouTube for about a month. Like my last video was a month ago, and I have a video like ready to put up. I just haven't put it up because I need to do a little voiceover on it, and every time I go to try to do the voiceover, I have no energy to do it. So my plan is to get that up like today. That way we can break up the silence on my channel and then introduce the pregnancy. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to tell you guys and get the cat out of the bag, because the silence has really been killing me. And I just rather stay off of social media and everything, because it'll just be easier that way, so that I don't like accidentally spill the beans. Because even when I scroll through reels and videos on Facebook, like I get like baby like references and like pregnancy like relatable things that I want to share so bad, but I can't. But as far as how I'm feeling, oh, so I have told you guys that I have been nauseous every single day. So today's Monday. On Friday I finally threw up for like the first time, and it was I don't know, I think it was just waiting to happen. I just was doing really good at suppressing it. So I don't know, well actually I do know kind of what led to it. I just don't know why it just came up in this instant. Like I feel like there should have been other times where it would have came up, but I'm glad it came up when it did came up, because there wasn't much in my stomach. So I was coming up the stairs, and being pregnant, like I overheat very quickly. Like if I do something strenuous, like even if it's for a second, excuse me, I overheat, I get exhausted very quickly, and I feel like I can't catch my breath. So then that causes me to get nauseous. So I was coming up the stairs. My son wanted me to carry him up. I'm like, you're too heavy for me to be carrying you. But he really wanted me to carry him and like tuck him into bed. So what I did was I like carried him. We were halfway up the stairs, so I like picked him up, carried him to the top, and I like stopped right there. I was like, okay, can't go any further because I know if I keep going, I'm gonna get nauseous. So we walked into his room. I was getting him into bed, and as soon as I got into the room, like I felt like the wave coming. And then I just started doing what I usually do, which is I breathe in and breathe out deeply, close my eyes, really try to get in some cool air on me. He had a fan on in his room, so I was trying to get that cool air, but it just came up and I ran. I knew it was coming. All I had in my stomach was some coffee, so that's all that came up. But man, did I feel like crap the rest of the day. Like I felt like I had no energy. I had a migraine. I just felt like I was getting so sick. It was horrendous. It was horrible. And I know a lot of my followers tended to come from my weight loss journey, and I know you guys are probably like, oh man, the weight loss journey is over. It's actually not. I'm still continuing to eat pretty healthy. Obviously I'm not taking medication, so I'm not restricted to a current calorie deficit. I'm just eating what I can eat, which I'm not eating much because, you know, I get sick and I can't really hold a lot down. And I feel like I'm getting full. I get full like after a few bites anyway. So I'm still pretty much keeping a good like diet going. If I'm craving something, of course I'm going to satisfy that cravings because I'm pregnant. And then of course after I give birth, we're gonna get like serious about it and get into it. I really wanted to start working out too, like getting active as I'm pregnant. Haven't been able to yet, so I'm hoping that in the second trimester, when I supposedly will have more energy, that I can. I have gone like on walks, but that's like about it. And the weather has been kind of crappy and like super cold, so I haven't really been out. But hopefully in the next week or two, we can get to doing some like little light workouts to just keep me, you know, in motion so I don't get stiff, and so that way when I jump into it after I give birth, you know, it'll be an easy transition. I gotta take advantage of my maternity leave. Like, that's gonna be 3 months of me having the ability to work out at any time that I want. So yeah, that is the current update. As far as food aversions, my food aversions in the very beginning was like chicken. But now I'm getting like used to chicken again, which is good because I prefer to eat chicken than any other like type of meat. So I am getting used to eating chicken again. Things that are too saucy I can't really eat because then it grosses me out. If it's too greasy, I can't eat it either. I seem to have more cravings of like Spanish food this time around, where like eating like my native like meals, those type of things. So that's the current update. I'll probably jump in one more time, like by the end of the week, like around the time that I do turn 13 weeks. So that way, you know, I can do a end of the first trimester like update. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, excuse my sickness, my sick sounding voice. I'm actually already in the second trimester and I didn't get to do like that final update on the end of the first trimester. So here I am coming to do that because I ended up getting sick right at the end of the first trimester and I'm still pretty sick. And let me see if I can even remember correctly how I felt and stuff, because I knew I should have wrote it down because I knew I was gonna forget. But now here we are, being forgetful. So definitely me being nauseous every single day. I never actually threw up until that last week of the first trimester. It finally came up, and I think it was just a result of me not eating at all. It had been hours since I was awake. I was doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of manual labor, and then when I came up the stairs, usually when I come up the stairs, I'm very out of breath, very winded. So I feel like the camera's not focusing on me. There it goes. So I was very winded, that by the time I got up the stairs, I overheated very quickly and I started getting nauseous and I couldn't hold it in, that I ended up just going and throwing up. Then not much came up because there was nothing in my stomach to begin with, so it was just a lot of like fluids. The migraines started kicking in as well. I had lots of migraines with my first pregnancy, so they started kicking in. And now it's really hard for me to like look at my phone too long, look at like my work computer too long, look at the TV too long. Lights definitely hurt, which is why the lights are off in this room right now. I'm kind of going off by like some daylight, some very dim daylight. What is up with my camera? It's either my eyesight's bad or, you know, that I'm not seeing that my camera's focusing on my face like very well. I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe I have to mess with the settings. It's been a while since I used this, since I recorded. It's been like about 2 weeks since I recorded anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for like the end of the first trimester. I actually started getting an appetite a little bit more. I am starting to eat meat a little bit more, but still not like a whole lot. I posted my pregnancy announcement on Instagram and my belly looked huge. I don't even look like that. I just happened to had just finished eating because it was Christmas Eve. I finished eating and we were gonna take pictures and my belly just looked very big and round. I don't actually look like that, so let me see if you can see. But this is me on an empty stomach. Like there's like no food in me yet.
Just lots of water, but I pretty much look the same as of like my regular like weight, just a little rounder. Like I am a little rounder, but that day, Christmas Eve, it was like high. I was sitting high, and I think that the dress that I was wearing just made it look just a little bit more round. I don't know. I dropped it down a little bit just so you can see a little bit. Yeah, it just looks, you can tell right here I'm like just rounded right there. Like I said, I am already in the second trimester, so I don't want to say too much because I want to save some second trimester updates for other daily vlogs. Now that I can actually like update you guys like not live, but like accurate timing, because the first trimester obviously you guys didn't know, and I was just, you know, I was just like filming basically. I've been filming without you guys knowing, and I actually have already posted my finding out I'm pregnant video. So of course I posted that once I was over the first trimester, so you guys already seen that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for going through with me the first trimester. We will see you in, I don't know, the next vlog, whatever it may be.